mind can be changed and a brick wall can be destroyed. You all say things like, put it in the hands of God. Well, I know who God truly is now. So I got this here thing I'm going to put in your hands that I want, called soul freedom. Let's see if you'll give it to me. So I have a reading here from the book of John, chapter 1, verse 1 through 5. I want to go through these scriptures before I talk about some other things I want to talk about in this video. And I want to give a logical perspective or a balanced perspective on my insight or how I see the meaning of these here passages. Chapter 1 or verse 1 says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. What is a word? A word is a single, distinct element of speech or writing used to form a sentence. The Word was God, though, it says. So the word or the element of speech was God. Verse 2. I'm going to see if I can get some more from it. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him. Verse 2 real quick. The same was in the beginning with God. The same was in the beginning with God. Verse 2 says those words. And then when you read verse 3, it says, all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. So when you look at verse 2, the same was in the beginning with God. The same, meaning reality itself then. Because verse 1, it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. Verse 4, in him was life, and the life was the light of men. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light of men, Verse 5, and the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. Verse 5 one more time. And the light shineth in the darkness, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. You ever wonder why you couldn't understand why certain people play games? You don't understand why certain people do certain things? You want to know why that is? Because you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't be evil to something, so you wouldn't be able to fully figure out or grasp why something is evil. I mean, you'll be able to know why it's doing it because it's evil, and you know what evil is. But as far as you doing it, you don't see why you would be able to do it or why you would do something like that, because you're not like that. You're just not. Naturally speaking. I can prove it to you in many ways. The light shineth. The life was in him, and the light was in man. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. Verse 4 says, in him was life, and the life was the light of men. The life was the light of men. And it still is, to this very moment. Whether you want to believe it or not, let's talk about it. Real quick though, Brother Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso and Brother Jimmy Chavez of Haiti, I pray I said his last name right, they need our help 5 times they have tried to kill Ibrahim. Gonna be 6, gonna be 7, gonna be 8. They hate all of us. They just want us to die. They are pure evil, disgust, abominations. That's what they are, yo. Brother Barbecue of Haiti. That white boy got real close to you in that video. They see how untouchable you are. They see how touchable you are now. You all just need protection. Just protection. Why isn't every country within Africa united by now? Every country in Africa should be united by now. Or at least like 30 of you. It should be like 30 of you imaginary borderlines in that one continent that should have been shattered and decimated, came together and shook hands and united. I know what it is. I don't know why it's not working. I know why. Well, I know it's working, but it's just not fast enough. It's not working fast enough. The life was in man. Let me just one more time. Verse 4, it says, "In him was life, and the life was the light of man. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. The same was in the beginning with God, and in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." You know what a word can be? Morals. There's another thing a word can be. The reality is a word can be anything. It's overall what I'm trying to get at. A word can be anything. Like you all recognizing your free will and stopping them from destroying our lives. You all recognizing your free will, shattering the imaginary borderline names all throughout the continent of Africa. It's 54 imaginary borderline names in total. Shatter them all, gather up, and help Ibrahim Traore. Help your brother. You know what? I take a tidbit of a tiny little speck of an issue with one of Ibrahim's philosophies and one of Barbecue's philosophies. What are they? You're too focused on your land. But I get it though. It's where you born and raised, where you from. I get all of that. But it's like, we really need everybody on the planet right now to stop what is destroying our lives. We all, and when I say everybody on the planet, I mean every melanated man, woman, and child on the planet. I only speak in regards to the melanated people when it comes to trying to encourage the light within them to assist them in beating this spiritual war. Long story short, so I read this scripture. So I read it. I want to encourage the light within us to help us beat this spiritual war. I ain't got what I need at all. Just talking. The life was in men. The life is in man. You know, I see the Bible as a weapon. A literal sword, if you would. And I'm going to use it, or keep using it, to bore it down into all of your flat earth theories and destroy them. Like Surtur did in the Thor Ragnarok movie. I am Asgard's doom. I am the Matrix's doom. Here, I want to say these words. I just want to just talk about this, man. I just want to talk about this, and I just want to put this in y'all hands and see what y'all gonna do with it. So I'm gonna start from the top right quick. First, the source of all, the spirit. Second, the soul. Third, the physical. That's how I'm gonna every time I speak to you, that's the pattern I'm gonna keep speaking to you. Like I'm gonna start from something spiritually, then I'm gonna come with something soulfully, then I'm gonna bring it to the physical to let you know how it coexists with what I'm saying. You see, That's what I'm gonna do here. Actually, that's what I've been doing every video. If you can read between the lines of what I'm saying, I know what I'm saying is kind of scattered a little bit and all over the place, but that's because this is an entirely new concept to introduce to the world. You see. Then again, it's not even new. It's just a reminder. Reminder. This is why I say reawakening, not awakening. This is not an awakening that is happening. This is a reawakening. You are not going through a regular awakening. There is no new earth that is getting ready to come. It is the old earth and or the regular father's heart or the regular earth or the regular heart. That's what's coming into play here. There's nothing new. There's nothing nothing you're not familiar with is getting ready to happen. Everything you are completely familiar with is getting ready to happen. This is what is happening. As I keep trying to tell you, these people, they are working for something that took everything, what is inside of us, the light of we, and perverted it for evil. So, this is a reawakening, not an awakening. This is a re-rising, not a regular, not just normal, what you would consider to be rising. We are rising again. That's what's happening. I hear things like African people are waking up. Well, did you know in reality, you're just coming to your senses, quite literally. Did you know everybody has the exact same senses technically? We just have our own individual, unique connections with them. The light of man. What is the light? Starting spiritually. The light is the soul of the universe, the God of gods, or the King of all kings. That's what the light is. And the light shineth within us and throughout us for the world itself. What is the world? The world is the planet, together with all of its countries, peoples, and natural features. So that means man is the light of the world. Man is the light of the planet. Man is the light of the countries. Man is the light of the people. Man is the light of the natural features. But let's not forget, who is the first man, or who was the first man, or what is the first being to be considered man? The black man is. Then again, I don't like to call you black. Melanated man. God's skin you are in. I'm in God's skin. So are you. Why am I saying that? Why am I saying these things to you? If you remember who you are, for starters, nothing will be able to pick anything unto you as to who you should be ever again. Nothing will be able to. I'm just going to start here in assisting us beating this spiritual war. I'm just going to put my hand there in that little spot right there and just stop this from happening, or at least do something that'll help stop it from happening. Everybody else doing something, or it's a lot of people doing something, should I say. It's a lot of people doing something, so I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do this. Put words on the internet that'll stop the melanated people from being depicted to death. I only live for your well-being. Remember that. Here. The light of man. The light in us. Did you know the third eye chakra's element is light? period. We're talking about the connection to that light, by the way. Did you know we are all constituents of the universe, or constituents? What does the word constituent mean, and or constituent? I'd rather say constituent because of the word stitched together in there. It means to be a part of a whole thing. That's what the word constituent means. We are universal constituents. We are God's constituents because God is the universe and the universe is God. And we are one with God and one with the universe. We are one with the Word, as the Word is one with us. But then again, I personally believe God don't talk. So it's just the Word that we have written to be our history is with us, because we're the ones. Wait a second, I hear something else now. Hold up. Yeah, I'll never mislead you ever. Give me those words, my king. Something from Brother Carson is starting also to ring in my head right now about Thoth being the god of writing, or Thoth, the Atlantean priest king, and how it was his word that was with him that he put on the Bible, or that he wrote for the Bible to be, that was perverted by people such as King James and the Europeans. Yes, because the Bible is a perversion the Bible was perverted by people and groups as such. The Bible is perverted. We know these things, right? Why do you think there's so many contradictories in there? Why do you think they tell us to worship slavery? We know the Bible has been perverted. We know these things. We just act like we don't. The word was with Thoth, or the word was with Ra, or the word was with Yeshua, Yahweh Shai, or Yahusha. That's who the word was with, because all of our solutions come from him. And since all of our solutions come from the King of Kings, then that means the word that he put down for us to have history, they all came from him. They were with him. The word was with him. We get our instructions on how to protect good things from him. From the universal solution source, meaning the source of all moral authority. The source of solutions, the source of all solutions is the King of all kings. So that means the source of all words came from him. The source of all words are King Yahweh Shai. That's how I'm seeing it right now. Because where else did these words come from? Who wrote these words down? Who carved them? Who made them for us to read? Who made them for us to be able to have and carry out with us throughout our history? Who gave me the ability to see this as a sword? Who was it? It was God, right? Isn't that what y'all tell me to believe? You tell me to believe God gave me that. Well, you know what? I believe this. I believe God gave me that. But the thing is, I see God differently than you do now. Way differently. I believe and know and have knowledge and proof of the King of all kings. We are constituents of him. I believe every single person on this planet is a constituent of your Jesus. That's what I believe. And know. And can prove it to you, actually. In many ways. And I'm doing it now. Right now as we speak, I am proving to you every single living being is a constituent of your Jesus Christ. So that means we would all be Jesus then, huh? Yes. Everything and everyone is Yahweh Shai. Seriously, reality itself is Yeshua. No joke. Everything you know of in the entire macroverse, all of it, Yahusha, all of it is. As a matter of fact, the planet should be called Your Jesus or something. One of his names. He got many names. Many of them. Some came from a bad source and then some came from his source. Like Ra. Ra came from his mouth. The name Ra came from the King of Kings. This is why Isis wanted to murder him and take it and use it for her own will and her own desires. It's in the stories. Actually, it's online. You don't have to travel too far to find the information. The Indian Vedas is right there online. The Upanishads is online. It's one click away and you can read the whole book. Ancient history, ancient texts and everything. Stuff they tell you is you're not allowed access to. It's right there in front of you anyways. Information on all the gangs I wish to unite, the melanated people within them. They give you breakdown detail by detail of what actually formed this gang in the first place, which is going to make it even that much easier to unite the gangs when I give them a chance to hear what actually originally brought them together. At least the 35% within the 33,000 of African people that are participating in the gangs currently. Yeah, that's online too. It all is. Let's go take a look. Everything out here, in reality, is Yahweh Shai, Horus, Osiris, Yeshua, Emmanuel, Christ, Enki, Yahusha, Ra, Thoth, or Odin, Don Ventari, Lord Brahma or Vishnu. Same entity, same being. Every story from 5,000 years ago up until today, all talking about the same balanced energy and the same evil energy. One that is preserving our lives and the one that created it, and one that is destroying our lives and destroying it only. Now that that's out the way, let's talk more about Ibrahim Traoré in Haiti, and Burkina Faso, and Brother Barbecue in Haiti. 5 times they have tried to kill Ibrahim and will try more. You need to shatter all 54 imaginary borderline names of Africa and just unite. Just break them all and unite. Look, you only have all of your country names due to colonization, my dear family, mines. I am stingy with you, black people. I will be very stingy with you. No one can have you, only me. You are mines. Moving forward. You got all your country names and borderline names the same way America got all of its country, all of its state names and borderline names. Colonization. The sole purpose of separating you from me. That's all they want to do is keep you away from me. Yeah, Ibrahim Traoré, that's right. They trying to keep you divided from protecting each other. It's not a joke, it's not a game, I know. I'm just doing whatever I can to get more words out here, man. It needs to move faster. You need to come back to me faster. You need to come together faster. You need to come together faster. They're going to stop every little step that we may take towards it. They're going to be intervening. Figure out a way around it. How can you figure out a way around it? Notice how they approach you. Notice what they do to intervene. Notice what they do to get in the way of it. Be aware of it. What is awareness? Knowledge or perception of a situation or fact. Why am I saying these things? Because we are at war. We are at war. Knowing all that I know I should be an extreme millionaire by now. Why am I? Why am I not? Am I not working hard enough or something? You believe whatever you want. You're going to do it anyways. Once you all remember who you are, what this world wants you to be will not be able to make you be what it wants you to be at all. At all. Once you recognize that you all literally come from unconditional love and not unconditional slavery, every last one of you will make the shift immediately. Third world poverty should not be a thing at all. For one, how is there 3 worlds inside of one? Every last person, especially within the continent of Africa, who is third world poverty stricken right now, shouldn't be at all. Every last one of those people, my people, every last African melanated man, woman, and child living in those conditions should be facing some sort of rejuvenation, regeneration, replenishment, and renewal so they can all come help Ibrahim Traore defend the Burkina Faso border. And then shatter all the other borders and become one Burkina Faso. 54 Burkina Fasos. How about that? Just say it out loud. And as far as Haiti, there are 400 gangs in Jamaica and about 200 in Haiti. Just unite already. The melanated people within both of those 2 countries. Unite already. You can do whatever you want. You too busy bowing to the white Jesus though, huh? Jesus is not a white guy. Jesus is not a white guy. Your Jesus painting is wrong. You know it is. You know it's wrong. Yet you still accept it. You want to know why? Because they taught you to accept stupidity and lies and evil. That's why you accept it. That's why you embrace it. These people are an abomination night and day, destroying your lives night and day, and act in front of your face night and day, and yet they still get to do it. We outnumber them by 6 billion. Why are they not down? Oh, I know why now. Because they got these tactics, right? No, they ain't got no tactics. They are just destroying what we are. In every way that we are it. Period. I'm just going to keep kicking the same message to you, man. Y'all keep saying things like put it in God's hands. All right, I'm going to put these answers, these words I have here in God's hands and see what he does with it. And now that I know who God literally is and I can prove it, everything Yahweh Shai or Yeshua, Yahusha, Davantari, Brahma, Vishnu, it's all the same person. Those names right there are all the same being there. All the same being. All of those names I just said. All of the stories you have on your Jesus are extremely small. Well, enlighten them up, enlarge them, learn more, know more about who Jesus really is. Your Jesus. Know that he's not a white guy. He's a melanated man. Know that your Jesus is not a white guy. He's a melanated man. Know that your Jesus is not a white guy. He's a melanated man. So that means everything out here is the reality and should be the reality for a melanated man, not a white guy. Everything in this reality should be the good and the benefit and the well-being of the melanated people, not the artificial ones. Who was here first? When did this white Jesus picture even surface? Why is it even called Jesus when it has so many other names and so many identities all throughout history? But it was all the same entity and all the same person at the end of the day, no matter what. All the same power, all the same source. Where the word comes from and where the word was with. Who gave us the word. want to know why it's all perverted? Same reason, same enemy, same entity that's been attacking us since the dawn of we. But is it this enemy's fault? Yes and no at the same time. Me personally, I only have one enemy right now, and that is the source of all immoral authority. I just keep focus, grinding through the storm until I reach the destination of being able to stand how I would like to stand, knowing that it's attacking me, doing everything I can to survive it within this space in this region of land colonized to be America the best way I can. Sharing these words with hopes that what's causing it and or forcing it all to be so difficult could finally come to an end. But until you all do what's necessary, subjugated to eat artificial food, subjugated to deal with their constant subtle attacks, subjugated to deal with suicide requests from our sisters night and day, subjugated to it. Until you finally do what is necessary to tear it all down. Now that you have more insight as to who you are, stop letting them force you to believe this is when it isn't. They have the source of you depicted as a white guy, and that is wrong and evil and incorrect in every way possible. What's another reason why they made the Jesus picture white? If we believe this is God, why would we want to do anything to respond to God when it attacks us? Because right now, you have a God depicted unto we that attacks us endlessly, everywhere, night and day. You make us worship abuse. You force us to. And you giggle as you're doing it. Fall down. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I pray these words reach you. Elicit well-being, well-behavior. Stop the evil of the world from happening any longer. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.